Right, let's continue the lecture with part 2. Right, in the previous part, which is part 1, we end the lecture in manners. So, like what I have already explained about manners with your supervisor, when you meet your supervisor, at least you have prepared something, you read about the issue you're really interested, because usually your supervisor really need to know what is the gap. What is the gap actually you want to explore for your thesis. Therefore, at the end of your thesis, you are going to conclude about the gap. Well, for example, for the gap, if many of the previous study search about the issue that you're interested in developed country, therefore, to fill the gap if by doing the same research but in developing country. Another example, in one issue, for example, issue of consumer behavior on lower income group, if most of the study is about in developing country, but you can do the same issue but in developed country focusing on the lower income group. That's the gap. Yeah, the simple example, what is the meaning of gap. And what is the manners with all sources and study material? Meaning that you actually refer to the article listed in your preference list at the end of your thesis. Because some of the students maybe wrongly report about the material, the article journal that they refer. For example, actually the year of the article is in 2013, but some of the students not really by mistake wrongly report the year, not 2013 but maybe 2025. So this is some mistake that you have to really avoid. Manners with friend, meaning that if you have friend and your friend having a difficult in understanding about the thesis, maybe need someone to talk, to discuss, please be manners, help them, try to give some idea. Maybe you think that you are the one give them idea, but actually indirectly actually you get idea from your friend. Right, let's continue. How to select my supervisor? Right. Usually in our department, under program AE07, the student can select their supervisor. Each supervisor or lecturer in our department has some allocation in supervising the student, around 4 to 5 students for each lecturer. Based on this, however, based on lecturer ability, topic selection, and other factors too. In our program this semester, I will ask you to choose your supervisor. Yeah, during this semester, I will ask you who your preferred supervisor. And however, it depends on allocation, like I said just now. After I have a topic, what should I do next? Right. Usually, when you already have a topic to explore for your thesis, you have to find the research gap, like what I said just now. You at least have to read around 50 to 100 article journal from week 1 to week 4 from this semester. Actually, start to read from now. I mean here week 1 to week 4, meaning that during the semester that you start your final year project. But however, you actually have to start it earlier. And my suggestion is start it from now, because reading speeding is really on your ability. It's not really about the reading, but you have to spend some time to understand about the article as well. And I have to emphasize here where 30% for your reading must from new study. New reading mean that if now is 2021, the 30% reading the news article we will select around 2016 until 2020. However, another 70% is from other years. Thesis is basically this is a combination idea of research between theory, empirical approach, data, and policy. But in practical, a thesis or dissertation is a document submitted in support of candidate for an academic degree or professional qualification presenting the author research and findings. Therefore, a thesis can be said as the concluding remark of everything you already learned in your university time. If you really want to succeed in your thesis, you have to plan from now. I think that's all for now for this week. Like I say, in my guru, you can go to assignment. I'll already provide week 2 tasks where you have to do that task and you have to submit in my guru, and the due time for completing that task is on Friday. Please make sure you complete that task where the task is actually about your interest topic in for your final year project. This is not really true, the idea. I just want you have a at least you start to think. But in this task, if you write the idea now, it doesn't mean that you have to do until next semester. You still can change the idea. But now, to complete this task, just give you some idea what you plan to do for your final year project in next semester. But this idea is subject to change. You still can change your idea. Yeah? Alright. Okay, thank you for now. See you next week in our Google Meet class lecture. Okay, take care.